We did not come this far to just break down and lose now. Everything's not always about winning and losing. I'm a winner. I'm going to win. You should be a monster. He said you should be a monster. You should be ruthlessly ambitious and then learn how to control it. And it's that old expression, it's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. The biggest mistake a person can do right now, no matter in which situation you are, is to give up. You need to love pain to be an athlete. And I know no pain, know this, whatever, all the you know the correct, oh my, no, this is real. You need to love pain. If you want to be great, you want to be a badass mother rucker ever at what you do, you're going to be misunderstood by everybody because you're going to be so obsessed and so driven to get there. And that's what it takes. That's the truth. It takes every second of your life. Anybody says balance, yeah. Balance is important for a lot of people. It is. But if you want to go to that edge where people do not like you, don't understand you, question everything you do, you've arrived. Nobody's coming to save you, big dog. Don't you get that? Your whole life has led to this point because of you. Your shitty decisions, your up habits, your poor choices have caused you to end up at this point. So the only person, big dog, that's going to get you out of this spot is you. No more excuses. No more coming up with reasons why you can't. Grab a hang gear. Get focused. Get ferocious. It's time to level up. Let's go. How can you beat someone? How can you beat someone who every time they go through a hard time, they get better and they get stronger, instead of getting weaker and getting demoralized? How can you beat someone who looks back on all the tests that they've had and said, yeah, that wasn't dude, bring it on? How can you not stop and be like, bro, I'm the only one. I am the only one paying the price. I am the only one doing what's required. Everybody else is sitting at home eating Doritos, and I am out here in the snow getting better. How can you not be excited about that? If you can't get excited about that, you want to be, then you got to lose some every weight. Whenever I get to a low point where I think, why do I even bother? I just remind myself this is where most people stop, and this is why they don't win. And this relates to another one, which is a reminder for the gladiators in the arena who feel beat up and scarred with no hope in sight. Building a business is hard. Hard feels shitty. This is what hard feels like. And this is why most people can't do it. But you can. Being in a state of pain or living in a state of anxiety or in a state of suffering comes from attachment, right? So when you're attached to things, attached to people, attached to identities, attached to philosophies, attached to all these things, then you end up being in a situation where you experience pain. But you don't have to experience suffering if you live in a state of what? No expectation. Where you're just living life, taking it day by day, step by step, and enjoying yourself. In order for something new to come, something old must go. And that old can sometimes mean let go of what you know until now. Empty the cup and start from the beginning. It's not easy to do, but at the moment it's the only way that I see how something that is blocked can be brought back to movement. It's the what if I can pull off a pie miracle. What if I can become someone that no one thinks I can be? And just me talking about that, I have the hair growing up on my arms 'cause it makes me just like, what if? Be hahin fearless. Be ihanda ana hain fearless, or as close to it as possible. Is that achievable? Maybe, maybe not. But like, be fearless. Understand that it is you who is responsible for being in the position that you're in, not anybody else. You can't be making excuses. It is you. Keep up. Let's go. Come on. You're supposed to be the man. I know you can be the man for a month. Keep up. We're doing this 3 and 65. We're doing it 3, 6, 65. Keep up. We're doing it 3. The next mixtape or next album come out, come on. Where your album's at, I see people trying to do what CJ doing. I ain't seen nobody's blow up yet. Come on. We got another one coming. Come on, we got that dog. And some of you are not successful because every single time you run up against a trial, every time you run up against a tribulation, you stop and you cut off beast mode. And what I'm here to tell you is, if you tell that thing, I'm here just like you here. And I promise you, I ain't leaving without the degree. I ain't leaving I will not leave without that goal. I will not leave without that dream. I will not leave this university until I'm successful. I will not leave this job. I will not leave this client. I will not leave this opportunity until I get. Which statement are you making? The psychology of savagery. I wasn't the best runner. But what I did was I found the work schedules out of my competition. And I made sure they saw me running day and night. I tried to get in their heads. I got a video the other day of this UFC fighter Ferguson. This mother rucker weighs in, and the UFC, Eising canceled. He wasn't just weighing in. He was getting the head of his opponents. What he did was this. He wanted you to remember Heising hands and elbows slice you the habet api up. Remember this. Stay hard at all times, savager. So I've been grinding lately. Had to go back to the lab, readjust some of my brain. Put a lot of miles in every day. Run over 20 miles a day. Getting up early, going to bed early, eating the right hidapin. This last week started taking a toll on me. I usually don't think too much. Getting my shoes on, head out. I've been thinking a lot. That internal voice has been talking to me, talking about, oh man, you're tired. Looking at my shoes about 30 minutes before I put the dah. Hang on. Pushing back the time of that I go out to go run. So I decided to tape record myself that turn voice I put on tape. Sound like a straight listen to that mother. So if you ever have a hard time out there, tape yourself what kind of you're being. Stay hard. Never fear a storm. Learn to dance in the rain. The easiest thing in life is to give up on whatever, whatever you're focused on or whatever you're hopeful for. The hardest thing is to keep going. But we have to. People give up right before they get what they've always wanted to get. People quit and they give up. And I will not be the person who quit before I got what I wanted or what I needed or what I felt I was supposed to have. The world is there for the taking for anyone who can learn from their mistakes, do what they say they were going to do, and stick with it, even if it's not sexy. What used to make a man acceptable now makes you extraordinary. The bar for winning has never been so low. Sometimes things are going to be so tough. Stop fighting it. Stop trying to understand it. Just survive it. Take all that energy and just survive it. Like, bro, day by day, moment by moment, situation by situation. Like my dogs say, be where your feet are. Just survive me, right? Life isn't fair at all. At all. So what are you going to do about it? I knew that no one was coming back to help me. No one's going to miracle me to be somebody special. All my situations were on me now and solely on me. Everything you do, you may have some support. You may not, but it's on you. You have to make the decision whether you want to be a badass or whether you just want to be mediocre, and everything's okay. But being a badass hurts real bad, okay? As opposed to the person who's like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. And then 2 months, another thing happens. Oh my God, I can't believe this happened. It's going to be the person who has a stoic mentality who looks at it and says this, okay, all right, we'll get through it. And then the next thing happens. We won't do that again, but we'll get through it, right? Not freaking the hell out like the world's ending every 2 weeks, dude. You can't live like that. You have to be your best self and your least motivated. And that's the tricky part about all that kida, not hey, motivation is just a word. You have to have these different things in your mind on where you want to go and know that motivation is not going to get me there. Those of you were this close, but you compromised. You let your feelings get the best of you. You compromise. You compromise. You let your anger make you say something that you didn't really want to say. You let the fact that you was lonely. You got lonely. You did stuff that you know you probably wouldn't do. Some of you have sold your greatness and your destiny for a couple dollars. And you let a little pain stop you from your dream. Girl, you was there. You was running your business. You were there. And your mama didn't like the fact that you was doing it. Your mama didn't understand, and you let your mama in your ear like it was your mama's dream. You let your daddy talk you out of it. That was yours. That was something the Creator gave to you that belonged to you. My mother never understood, but she's working for me now. I didn't quit because people didn't understand. I worked harder. So we have the same tools to do that with our own personal lives. But what happens is the quitting mind comes in. We have to find our new norm. A new norm is something like this. When I was going through SEAL training, it's only supposed to be 6 months. I was there for 18 months. Kept on getting set back and set back and set back. You got to change your mindset to know my whole job now is at 400 in the morning. I get the kicked out of me for 18 months. You got to create that new norm. That has to be your lifestyle. You are the master of your own mind. Create that masterpiece. Be proud of yourself at the very end of it, hamusical. People who don't have a sense of purpose, a mission, and don't have a consistent routine end up digging holes in their life. And it's not always Vicodin or some drug addiction. It could come as something benign as porn, gambling, over-drinking, too much television, things that slowly chip away at humanity, things that you people use to escape. Vaping, binge-watching television. All of these things are digging holes in your life that ultimately you look back and you realize there's such a chasm between you and your spouse that you and your kids barely know each other, even though you live under the same roof. And that you've got this dad bod with a pot belly and pointy titties and pear-shaped, and you're like, whoa, where did this come from? It was the absence of purpose, and it was absence of routine. We needed, otherwise humans dig the holes in their lives. 2, no different than a German shepherd would. No different. Something in you has to wake up. And usually the only person that can wake it up is you. Sometimes you can read a David Gaggins book, because I was all this key dot out of keen, and then a lot more of kata data, pay up. But if you don't have a little flame, just barely, you're done. I can't light it for you. And that's the harsh reality of this life that I want to get across, so dopine bad. You can watch me, you can watch you, you can watch Rogan and Cameron Haynes, all these mother. You can go to Tony Robinson's now pen all this and I play. Do all this kata apin, and as an American man, when do you become a man? When you get a driver's license. Like, what do? You 16, we give you a driver's license, okay? Well, like you get a job. Like, when do you become a man? You become a man when you become responsible for other people. And part of that is taking accountability. And so, like, I am very new to this being a man thing, and I'm still not there, and I'm on a path. But I didn't have I grew up in a culture that told me going to war made you a man. Going to prison, coming back makes you a man. Making $1 million makes you a man. And it doesn't. You got a dream, you got to protect it. People can't do something themselves. They want to tell you can do it. When I was in the military, we go on these instructoral runs. Most of the time, we knew the start and end point. So on the way back, I start seeing people getting happy, and because the end was near. Well, there were some Hain instructors that would hear the happiness and go right on past the end point. When that happened, everybody stopped talking, heads would start dropping, and I start taking souls. At that time, I knew what happened in their minds. They were living off the hope factor. They hoped the instructors would stop running. They hoped the water was never cold. They hoped the weather wasn't good. I don't live off that hope, have that pain. I wish the water was cold. In order for you to go from one level to the next level, in order for any man to transit, listen to me, in order for any woman to transition, for any man to transition, the thing that they want must be greater than the thing they currently have. I'm going to say it again. Humans do not transition to another level when they're comfortable with the level that they're on. You only transition from one level to the next when you're tired of the level you're on. There's so many times in life you don't want to be doing what you're doing. You can't just quit. Remember this. This isn't a hobby. This isn't a kana amhain joke. It's a hadarahain lifestyle. So what you say to yourself is important. There's no coach. There's no trainer to keep you going. It's only you. So think about this. You've been working your whole life to get a seat at the table. To see the table is you want to be the best amongst all the best people in your career field. So you finally get that letter. It's steak lobster. It's a big dinner. Everybody's showing up dressed to the nines. Make sure you show up soaking wet for getting after it. Working out hard. Towel around your neck. You respect the event. So make sure you put that towel over that nice chair so you don't it up. The whole thing is this. Don't say a word. Stay uncommon amongst uncommon people. You're never done. Don't stop when you're tired. Stop when you're done. Because we want to strengthen our minds, you got to strengthen your mind. Take control of that. So then when you get out in the real world, you got protection. And I dedicated this fight. I wasn't going to fight. I dedicated this fight to him. I was going to rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and the most vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lynx is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody's ruthless. I'm Sonny List and I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from their claw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable, and I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children. Praise be to Allah. I always hear people say, I want to look like Flex. I want to look like Larry Wheels. I want to look like Russell. I want to look really good as an Axel. I'm going to let you know on something. Let me shut the music off. I'm going to let you on something. You want to look like me. You want to look like me. You will never look like me if that's how you're training. Like a little you want to look good. And this is just my experience in life. The only way you're ever going to get to the other side of this journey is you have got to suffer. To grow. To grow. You must suffer. I realize you go higher, you go even more alone. Why? Because nobody is willing anymore to invest their energy in going higher because it's becoming more difficult. They say, oh, it's already okay here. Why you still want to move up there? The air is getting thinner over there. It's getting more hard to breathe. It's getting more dangerous. Whatever. So that means along this way, the higher you want to go, the more likely you're going to walk alone. This is the next thing. The dog came from what I went through, that the dog didn't come from school. The dog didn't come from getting a PhD. The dog didn't come from getting these big checks. That's not where the dog came from. The dog came. So our children are watching all this success. And we wondering why the millennial generation, nobody ever told them to dream. Nobody ever told them that DNA is in their dream. We told them that their DNA is in their money. I don't give a hen-dah a pain. If you don't want to go to the gym and you're tired and you're coming up with excuses, go and get into the gym and lift heavy ass weight, bro. I don't care if you can have excuses. Shut the up and go achieve your dream. Take all your energy for the dream because you're going to need it. And so if the second thing I can teach you is for every dream you have, take at least a week or 30 days and write down every single thing that it's going to take to make it happen. And I want you to know something. After you write everything down, you still have not written everything down because you don't know what's going to happen. And so life normally breaks you because when it hit you, you weren't ready. But if if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. If you stay ready and you stay plugged up when you hear bad news, it don't break you because you already energized. Some of you just don't understand. Some of you have been average for so damn long, you don't know what it is to do hard work. But there's a lot of you out there who want to be much more than average, but just don't know how to do it every single day. The grind. You need to find someone to oil those gears up. So check it out. This is a mindset. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. But there's a mother out there who wants what you have, who wants the position you are, who wants the job you have, who wants the wife that you have or the husband. There's someone out there hungry and wants everything you have. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. But if it is, it's going to be your ass. You have to eat the dream. You have to sleep the dream. You have to dream the dream. You got to touch. You have to see it when nobody else sees it. You have to feel it when it's not tangible. You have to believe it. When you cannot see it, you got to be possessed with the dream. I want to move to the nicest neighborhood. I want to fly first class. I want to go to Hawaii. I want to go to Australia. I made a decision. Enough is enough. It's showtime for the real Eric Thomas. Please stand up. If they don't have what you want, don't listen to what they say. There's no greater waste of time than justifying your actions to people who have a life you don't want. It was you. So you better figure out who the you are. And those few people many people don't like you. So be it. But you first have to figure out you, because a lot of people die with a lot of untapped potential because they're trying to be somebody that they're not. So I was able to figure out my own potential by figuring out me. You can't do it. Don't put your limitations on me. I'm dead to your limitations. Your limitations don't exist in my world. Those are your limitations. Keep them. Go home. Watch them on TV. Go home, read the newspaper about. Go home and look in the mirror. Go home, call your homeboy, and y'all talk about your limitations. I got lay hold of it. You lay hold of it. And when that thing tells you to quit, you look at it in his eye and say, I ain't going nowhere. I will break you before you break me. You will not defeat me. You will not destroy me. Some of you are so ignorant. You've been through so much hell. You won't quit now. You got 2 more to go. And when you get to success, it's not about skill. When you get to a certain level of success, it's about stamina. It's about you won't break me. You can't take me. Make up your own mission statement. What do you want to be in life? And once you do that now, you can work with somebody to get better. You can work with yourself to get better. But until you know what you want to stand for, you will always just be sitting down. You'll never stand for anything. I think that comes from overcoming. A lot of people, wonder, how did you become this? How do you become so vulnerable? How are you doing a podcast now? When you were this kid, you overcame things. Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place. And I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. Or nobody is going to hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you got to be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers, saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that. Go do that's necessary. If you don't do that's necessary, how can you expect to get to where you want to be? Where are you going after you write all your stuff down? Where are you going? To sleep. Where are you going when you write it down to go party? Where are you going when you write it down? To go get you something to eat. Where are you going to get on the telephone? Where are you going to get the controller? Where are you going when you write it down? There's a window of opportunity in America. And don't let nobody fool you. I don't care where you come from. I don't care what your background is. Don't let nobody fool you. The problem with some of you, you've been told that you're the best, and now you shining in it. Now you shining in it. Now you looking in the mirror like I'm number one. And let me tell you something. I don't know if I'm number one or not. And I won't know, I won't go look at that list. Why? Because I'm too busy grinding. And some of you should be busy practicing and you staring at yourself in the mirror. We're not going to wait. We're going to do work. We're going to put in work. Because every time you put in work, you get the same consequences. You get paid, you get rewarded. Do more. With success in life comes more haters. Don't make them hush your feelings. Use them for fuel. Use them for energy. In times of need, put them on, hey mental Rolodex in your mind. And we don't want to do roll through your brain. If you could keep going back and keep spending money and spending money and spending money with no results, you can wonder, wow, maybe let me go try out David Goggins. He ain't going to help you. You have to explore. Examine the insides of yourself and what do you really want out of life. Your friend and a lot of people out here just don't want it. So guess what? Have fun with your life. What's your wildest dream? Here is another human telling you that I started from the bottom. Now I'm here and not the bottom, and I'm in Cali. I'm right around the corner. I grew up right around 76 miles from here. 8 Mile right there. Trojan went to Henry Ford Calf McKenna. I'm right from where you from. Right around I'm from Michigan. Most of you have not reached your wildest dreams or not going after your wildest dreams. I'm sorry. It's because nobody's ever given you permission. I'm giving you permission to stop being you're the best to ever touch it. You got to know in your head that you're the best to ever touch it, bro. You're the best to ever do it. You got to know that if you don't think it, maybe I'm the no, you're the best to ever touch it. You know what I mean? When you got to get some done, you get that done. What drives you? And this is why I'm telling you, because if a house drive you, you sweet, you're going to get one. Then what you're going to do when you finish, it's what she said. She blew this business up, and now she don't want to do it no more. You know how hard it is to blow a business up. You know how many people wish they could do what she's doing, but she finished with it. Why? Because that thing was not strong enough to drive her. The Nobel Prize that take me forever. I picked something that would drive me for the rest of my life. You're doing it because somebody else told you to do it. You want to drive a Rolls Royce because everybody else drive it. You want to live in that house because everybody else living in that house. Now you got affirmation problems. You're not doing it because you really want to do it. You're doing it because you want to be affirmed. Let me tell you something. That's a great place to start. But when you get to your root, it's a whole another level. So this morning I was giving go for a run with a few guys. So I was taking my shirt off and they saw my stretch marks. And one guy asked me, where do you get those stretch marks from? Try to share with this guy what all this scaring was. That was 297 pounds, insecure, had doubts, had just to up mind. So there's a lot of scars we have in our bodies that people can see and they tell a story. But a lot of us have scars in our brains about lives, bad childhoods, bad adulthood, whatever you're going through. Those scars in your brain, we don't talk about, we hide. Scarring is proof that our past is real. But the one thing we do is we allow to control our lives and we get off the log. Well, it's time to get back on the log and not have those scars define the rest of hey life. Sometimes you got to fight pain with pain. Stay hard. Well, some of you read that I think about when it's hot outside, that it's sunny and 70. Well, it's saying not today. It's the reality. If it's about 90 degrees and 100% humidity, but who gives of that being said, September 3rd, I had to have my book turned in. And when I realized, I'm reading this book a lot, but I realized I wasn't born this mother. I made them at the bottom of insecurities, fear, self-doubt, lies me buried in the fetal position. How I got out of that was recognizing it, being honest with it, being truthful with it, and then fixing it. We like to live on social media with lies about ourselves, how great we are. Get to the source and fix the problem. You got all the stuff. You got it all. But you will not outwork me because your height has nothing to do with my work ethic. Your face has nothing to do with my work ethic. Your two-pair background has nothing to do with my work ethic. You will not outwork me on your jet. You will not outwork me in your Bentley. You will not outwork me. You will not outwork me. You thought for 1 minute that you broke me. You got me twisted. I am not phenomenally skilled, but phenomenally will. I will not give up. I will not surrender. I will not quit. And your problem is you give it up to me. I need effort from you. When you walk out of this door, I need you to match whatever effort the enemy is putting up. Whoever your enemy is, match the dog on effort. You can do what you put your mind to. And if you continue to put your mind to it, the game opens up new levels. If everybody who's like at the bottom and feels like they have nothing going for them, reframe that as I have nothing going for me, which also means that I have nothing to lose by taking action. It makes you a much more dangerous person. You have to want it. You have to want to be better. When you're on the way up, everyone roots for you because you remind them of their dreams. And when you're at the top, everyone tries to tear you down because you remind them of what they gave up on. It's the what if I can pull off a miracle? What if I can become someone that no one thinks I can be? And just me talking about that I have the hair going up on my arms because it makes me just like, what if I can be that guy that people who call this and now I'm speaking at Tom Ferry event. We all need not just motivators in terms of people, but motivators in terms of things, because you're going to have days where you're dialing out days where you are. You have anxiety, days where you're fearful. And you need to be able to get with that motivator, block all that negativity out, and boom, go for it. Why? Because if you operate in anxiety, you operate in fear, you're not going to perform at your highest level, and you might not reach your goal. We have several battles. Those battles are basically choices. You know, I'm not talking about a war that you might find in the Colosseum. I'm talking about a war that's in your brain. That war exists because life has so many choices. Within those choices, you got to make right decisions. But you know what, Dad? When alarm goes off in the morning, you have to wake up. Don't wake up. Don't worry about that. When you're in school, you know what, Dad? Man, it's too hard. So don't study. You know what? Don't eat healthy because you don't have to. So guess what? When you fail, don't blame your mom. Don't blame your dad. Don't blame teachers. Only person you have to blame is yourself. That's why my first question is, how bad do you want this? If it's as bad as you want to live or breathe or sleep, whatever the hell it may be, I can work with you. But a lot of people, most people don't want it that badly, which why they always ask the question, man, how did you get to where you are? You know how to do it. You know exactly how to be you. My strength is in what? Talking. There's an energy that I produce when I talk. So when my man from the less hit me up, when I talked, something came out, it was so tough. My man, I let go. That's my strength. Ain't no strength when I text. But I let the external millennial generation make me something I'm not. I'm a talker. That's my strength. I don't write. Are you hearing what I'm telling you? I didn't mean to, but I had lost control. And when I stoop, every time I open my mouth, it creates opportunity. What God said, I gave you energy, son. I gave that to you, but you ain't got no control. You already know if you say something to your wife, it could be 24 hours or 40 hours before she talk. You know, and you don't want that. But you can't control your dog mouth. You do not have dominion, son. Get dominion. And most of you in this room, you got some vices that you have absolutely no dominion over. You get that right button pushed, and you just back at, and God said, no, baby. I can't take you to the highest height, because if I take you up there and the button is pushed and you start acting a fool, you represent me. I get a lot of questions, people asking me for help. So I ask them, what have you done to help yourself? Most of them say, I've been working hard. I'm all about being your owning hero, but I'm not about kissing your ass. In life, a lot of us believe that we're working much harder than we actually are. We think if we got up early for 4 days, we've earned something. You've got to drop your entitled mindset. It's dead weight. We believe you work harder than we actually have. Trust me, most of us have it. The one thing in life you got to realize is this: learn to help yourself. Don't count other people to help you stay hoarse. People want to find their passion. But you don't find it, you create it. And you create it by getting good at something. And to get good at stuff, you start by doing something you suck at. Then you get good. Then you like it. Then people ask how you found your passion. Answer by starting when you sucked and not giving up. No one's effing coming to save you. No one's going to make you better at your business. No one is going to get you to be a better persuader of people or framer of people other than you. Lazy people do a little work and think they should be winning, but winners work as hard as possible and still worry if they're being lazy. People can stay home, they can scroll all day, they can get a check from the government. They couldn't, bro. That removes their entire mission, their entire purpose in life. And just like I was talking earlier, if you don't exercise or draw out the potential in yourself, you are going to feel depressed. You're going to feel anxious because you know in your heart that you are leaving everything that you could potentially do and potentially become on the table. And that is going to bother you. That is going to make you feel depressed. That is going to make you feel dark. So what is it you're trying to do? What is your mission? What kind of shape are you in? How do you eat? How do you train? What are you reading? What's your environment like? Are you spending all this time scrolling? Or are you spending time moving forward? All right. So those are the things that you can do to manage it. You need to start stacking little wins. Most of you out there think that success in life is a byproduct of big wins. Like, I got to make that deal. I got to get that sale. I got to start that partnership. And the big wins are important too. Make no mistake about it. But I'm here to tell you that the little wins stacked every day every hour, over time, over days, weeks, and months, make you a gangster of a human being. Get up. Act like you playing basketball. Act like you playing football. Compete. That's what bothers me. Many of y'all are not competing. I need effort. Compete. Go to class. I just left for school telling these kids, act like you playing football. Go on that doggone classroom. Compete. Many of you have lost your competitive edge. Get your competitive edge back. I'm not against no other motivational speaker. I'm just competitive. And I remember when I was putting in work and I wasn't getting the checks. You putting in work, and just because you can't see the result, you want to quit or give up. I ain't never quit. I ain't never give up. I ain't never give in. I just kept grinding, you putting in the work. And the only reason you piss, the only reason you quitting is not because you want to quit. Because you keep looking up and you saying, we 3 in. Who cares what you are? If you keep going, you're going to break through. The only people that don't break through are the people who sport watch. Maybe you were a victim of being called fat growing up. Folks make fun of you. Maybe you weren't the smartest motherfucker in school, and people came at you for that. There's great power in adversity. If you're a victim of any kind, make sure you use that pain to become successful. Don't look for revenge. Look for the reckoning it. And I guarantee you, all those people, if you're growing up, you might just be the boss. They'll come looking for a favor. And when they do, you got an option to say, okay, or do what I do, and say, go, peen yourself. Beware of one thing, kadal hay, spit in the wind. That is back in your face. Stay hard. Listen to me. Once you realize who you are, you stop operating in desperation. You stop saying yes to stuff you ain't supposed to be saying yes to. So here's my big problem with a lot of y'all is your belief system is off. Like everybody can see how sweet you are. People are commenting on you could do this and you could do that, and you're the only one ain't caught up with it yet. I worked so hard the day before that I was tired and I couldn't get up at 300. But best believe by 4:15 I was up. I wasn't up late watching no movie. What do you need to motivate you? Are you not enough? Is your potential not enough? Is your greatness not enough? It's you against you, you against you. And if you misunderstand that, you have a real problem. The problem is you, and you don't want to fix it. The bad days create the story that I'm one day going to tell myself about what I got through. You know what I mean? Yeah. Without the bad days, the story would be way more lame. There would be no glory in overcoming anything, because what did you overcome? Didn't you say you were going to lock in this summer? What happened? It's already been like pretty much 2 and 122 months where the gain's at. You said you were going to hit planet business every hard dada pain day. What's going on here? I'm sure that may have hit home a little bit too hard for some of you. The last thing you want to do is fast forward 5 years, 10 years, however many years, and think to yourself, holy crap, I probably should have spent those years doing something a little bit different. Stop making excuses. Simple as that. You can make 1,000,000 excuses why you didn't work out this morning. You can make 1,000,000 excuses why you missed your wife's birthday. You can make 1,000,000 excuses why you didn't get that raise, why you didn't take that leap of faith. You can make 1,000,000 excuses, but you know deep down inside, and consciousness is eating away at you, that it's an excuse. Take ownership from this day forward, because what you are to be, you are becoming right now. Are you hearing me? If you procrastinate now, you're going to be procrastinating at 30. If you quit and give up now because it's hard, you're going to be quitting in your marriage. You're going to be quitting when it comes to raising your kids. But if you build strong habits today, you can be and do whatever you want. And nobody can stop you. Nobody can stop you but you. Every single day of my life, I feel like giving 100. Every single day. Somebody said, yesterday, E.T., you gave 120. What you going to do tomorrow? I said, I don't know. Give 140 die? I don't know. But I don't have days where I don't feel like it. Why? Because I'm counting on me. My wife's counting on me. My son's counting on me. I don't have days to wait. When I was going through Ranger School, we had to do a lot of spot checks. A spot check is basically, we don't have time to get all your gear laid out to make sure you have all your dahi. So a spot check is maybe they'll check out 2 items. Maybe making sure you have your extra batteries, extra ammo, whatever it may be. The whole idea of a spot check is to make sure that you're staying squared away, because you don't know what kind of item they're going to check on. So how does that apply to your life? This is how it applies. You want to make sure you spot check yourself. Make sure you stay dialed in at all times. It's also important to check, spot check your boys, your girls. Make sure that they're staying hard. Call them up in the middle of the night. Give them a call and say, hey, tomorrow at 1800, we're going after it. Make sure they're staying dialed in. Get a lot of questions about how I lost so much weight. People want to know how they can get started. So basically, you're thinking too much off the bat. When I lost my weight, I didn't look for a trainer. I didn't do all that thinking. I didn't go on Jenny Craig. I didn't do all that playing. What I do is I basically stop eating so much food. I cut my calories down. So as far as the workout goes, we overthink that. Also, until you find a trainer, go out there and start walking. Put some shoes on, start running, go to the gym, do the elliptical training. It's not rocket science. A lot of folks talk about overtraining. You got to train first before you can overtrain. Sometimes you wake up in the morning time and you're sore and you feel like you're overtrained. No, you got soaring legs. Get out of your own head and stop overthinking it. Stay hard. There's no way I'm not going to be successful because my motives are pure. There's nothing that can stop me because my motives are pure. And the purer motives are that you guarantee yourself success. When you're doing stuff for yourself, you can't guarantee it's going to blow up. I'm walking through the airport, running almost. Most people that I'm with, they don't got the energy to keep up with me. I'm like, boo, ain't nothing wrong with you. You just ain't got the stamina. You just ain't got the energy. You can't smart everything. You can't outthink everything. You can't, some stuff is just you got to be powerful. It's just some stuff that you got to have stamina for. It's that you're just too slow. It just take you too long. You wake up, take you 3 weeks to do what it could take you 24 hours to do. It don't make you a bad person, but you're going to forever be average. Because to be great, you got to keep up